Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's Day Job. We're here working at the Red Brick House, as always, and I haven't done much on this channel this year, but there's going to be a bunch of things that are going to happen here with the Red Brick House that I'm really, really excited. We're finally beginning to get warm weather, our first 80-degree day of this early spring. And because it's been wintertime, we did not put any of the bricks that we had that came in. We were waiting for the springtime. And we have more spaces for people who do want to add. We do have some that are on order, but basically it ends up, they send them in groups of 10. So ones that I can tell you that I've got to go ahead and get added is the Crozet Tunnel. Lola, look, Lola. There's Dirty Sanchez. Let's go through here. Terrence and Lola right there. Miss Hot Sauce. So we have some new ones that we're adding to this now, and we're going to have some changes. I'm not quite ready to talk about something big that's happening with the Red Brick House, but I don't want to jinx it or anything, so I'm waiting before we talk about it. So I have... Oh, I got to go inside and get the rest of them. I'll be right back. So here's what we have is I have Leroy Vaughn and Joseph Vaughn. Shout out to the Vaughn's family. This one is actually for my parents. Cowboy Ty, my dad, who's the original cowboy fan that made me one. And my mother, I'm honored that the local plumbing company, her husband was a huge fan of this house. He's since passed away, but she wanted to have his stone put here to memorialize him. My brother, who's passed, Tony, passed in 21. And then we have Robert Apakian, one of you great fans out there, loves Lisa. So what I've done with the walkway here is I've tried to do this in categories. So what we have is the timeline that goes down the middle, which is, of course, starting from 1810 and going up to 2020. And this side over here, I've tried to put like families or people that have been tied to the house. But I did make kind of one mistake, because right here I have my father-in-law who passed away. I have them down here, but this is 1820s. So I think I want to take this stone up and I want to put my parents and my brother and stuff down there with those. So that way it kind of has a rhyme or reason to it. All of these bricks that are here in this row are the history of the house itself. So when the Bush family sold the land and stuff, which they're buried right over there, all the way to us getting the house is all in that section. This is history of the country, and this is history of the area, Waynesboro and so on. And this is Jobu sports fans. So we've kind of got a rhyme or a reason to this as it goes. So the hard part on this is when you're just doing one or two bricks, is it kind of messes up with it. And since we haven't had much rain, it means that the sand's going to be really dry. So I'll probably need to wet this down a little bit as I do it. More than likely, what I'm going to end up having to do once we finish closing up, people being able to get the bricks, then what we'll end up doing is we'll probably go back through and redo it all, so that way they're truly level again. That one came up actually pretty good. Okay. Hang on. I gotta get my sprayer. I'll be right back. Sand's a little easy to work with when it's moist. Nothing like dry sand. I guess you can't see what we're doing here. So, a couple problems that we've had in doing this is the bigger bricks are slightly thicker than the little bricks. And so we kind of have to set these almost individually between the two of them. What we'll maybe do once we finally stop taking these is we'll probably cement these all in place. What's he dirting it for? Okay. Just like that, we replaced or took up that Kay and Bobby one. Okay, so Kay and Bobby, Tony and Cal, these should all go down here. Okay, so again, I'm trying to make a rhyme or reason for this. So this is the family section, and we got this in 2016. So I made this so we could add on to this, and this could end up being 2 more rows possibly in either direction. I don't know if we'll end up doing that or not, but depending on how many of my family members and things want to be in on this and so on. It'll really determine that as well. Um, let me, Lady Libra, Chris May, what's up? Get some knee pads. I have some, I just don't like wearing them. It's kind of crazy. I know it's stupid, but I have to tell you guys, I have contemplated some different things in life, because thinking about your own mortality is something I think about. And when I'm gone, I've thought about, actually I hadn't really thought about what happens to my body when I'm dead. I always thought, well, I'm going to get buried in the cemetery, and that'll be how it is. I've always thought that I wouldn't want to be cremated because I might think I'm going to hell. I may be going, but I don't want to think about it before I get there. But I have since had different thoughts on it. And the reason being is because of a couple of things that have happened recently. Because we're here in Waynesboro has been around since the 1700s. Small town America. Great place to live. It has its problems like any other place, but there's a lot of history that's here. So the cemetery that's behind me right here, the Presbyterian cemetery that has people in there since the 1700s, one of the descendants I've become really good friends with. I was walking through the cemetery yesterday because she's got like the registry of the name of everybody who's buried in there. And it was kind of cool because I would go through and see what headstones I could read, and she would go through and tell me stuff about the person, which was really cool. But the problem is, there's been vandals that have been in there that have knocked over headstones and things like that. Some of the headstones are just so old that they've literally fallen apart. This is my brother Tony. I thought Tony was going to be here for a long, long time. So many of the headstones aren't taken care of. The city owns the place, they cut the grass and all that, but the headstones are just kind of pushed over, and it just doesn't look good. There's a place called the District Home, which it was a mental hospital and experiment place. It's got some horror stories to it. That land is being sold, and they're building houses all around it. And so you've got this cemetery that's right there where the buildings are going to be torn down. So the question becomes is, if you bury yourself, what's going to happen 50, 100 years from now to your body? And is taking up all that space really a good idea? Cowboy Ty, my dad's nickname when he worked at the post office. So I've thought more and more about being cremated, and that's where my thoughts have been more and more of well, actually, this is my wife's thoughts, which I think is really cool too, is getting cremated and taking some of the ashes and planting a fruit tree. So that fruit tree will take in some of that person to help you kind of live on. And that's to Bobby Howard. And Bobby will be the first one that we honor his life and what he meant to the family. This spring I'm going to get a fruit tree and plant it. and we're going to use some of his ashes to plant the tree with. I told my wife, I love that idea, but her fruit tree's got to be a peach. So I think this is a great way to remember people and to honor them. See, some of these bricks are different sizes than others. That one looks bigger. Actually, let me get to this other seat. Hold on, I'll be right back. Less rocks in the paper sand. I mean, in the mason sand. Okay, so now, Miss Shiflet. I think we're gonna put Miss Shiflet over here because, let's see. Or, So now the question is how do I do this? Now, I could put, maybe I put this over here. See, this is the problem. This is like thank yous to the Historic Commission, to the Heritage Museum, and for the Pleasance. I could put that over here with those, so that way I'm trying to keep an order to this. This is all Jobu Sports. This is Lola, Durley Sanchez, Help Me Rhonda, and all of the great fans right there that are all there. This is History of Waynesboro. I do need to get one for the Crozet Tunnel to go right here. This is History in the United States. This is Red Brick House history. And this is Family of Red Brick House. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Who's in here? Yes, they are. They're beautiful. Tay, you're welcome. Got it, Lola. Tay Cowboys, how are you doing? Oh, Tay, that would be wonderful. Okay. Here. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret here, okay? I don't know if my if the Wi-Fi will cut out while I'm working on this. So that's the house, right? Which is kind of in the middle of the city, okay? Walmart was built about 8 years ago. They're rehab. Yeah, baby. We're back. Okay, we're back. All right. What's cool is, can you see me, brother? Can you see me, brother? Can you hear me? The good thing is we're actually beginning to really fill up Jobu Sports. Okay. So. Saison? I have Saison. Saison is spice, right? I don't think I have. It's saffron. Okay. I think it's saffron. Okay. All right. No, I don't. Okay. So I'm going to put, boy, we actually have a lot more Jobu Sports fans than I thought. I'm going to go ahead and put that one here, and I'll put this one here, like that. Start doubling up. Actually, okay, wait, we better double up. Wow. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, Lola, sorry, I'm taking you up for a second. I think I'm going to redo this. Of course, I didn't bring a spray bottle. Okay. Okay. How about them boys? Bless this home. Amen to that one. Terrence and Lola, you're at the crossroads. Lola, you're at the crossroads. And that's my mom calling me. Call her back after we finish. Okay, go get some more sand here, and I'll be right back. Oh shit. I didn't put Robert in. Okay, Robert, where are you going? Robert Apakian. Robert, you need to go right here. You need to start it out. Okay, Got just one more to put in. Now I'm going to put her, I'm going to put Sue right here. So her husband will be in the center of when people walk in. I love this getting filled. This really is starting to look really, really nice to see all of these spaces starting to be filled up. So you're going to go right there. Okay. Now, we got them all in there. Now we got to get the sand brushed into it. Uh-oh. Um, oh boy. Um, Thanks everybody. I'll be talking to y'all in a bit. Okay. I appreciate everybody. Everybody who's on the walkway and everything else. Thanks for all the support and the thoughts and the prayers. Bye.